Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is 20 with Rice and Cookie. I'm Rice.
And I'm Cookie, and
I was looking at that camera.
That's okay. And today we will be baking.
It's a baking stream.
Yeah, so we'll be baking a s'mores cookie cake and some rice pudding that's like Asian style.
Asian influence. Okay. Well, really it's just, actually the recipe says Indonesian black rice pudding.
Okay. So it uses black rice in it.
Black rice and coconut milk rather than regular milk.
I just don't want people thinking we're like, I don't know, gonna put something black like licorice in it to make it black.
It is black
rice.
Black rice.
Alright. So we're gonna be starting with the s'mores cookie cake.
We are.
Because it has to chill for half an hour. So we're gonna do this first to get that in the fridge as soon as possible.
Sounds good. How can I help?
Well, I thought maybe it would be best if, because first we have to cream the butter and the sugar. And
always
then,
what we gotta do to start.
And then later on we have to add in graham cracker crumbs, which we just have whole graham crackers. So I was thinking I'd just get started on that because that might take a little while.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll measure out sugar. I guess I could do that.
Are we doing a single batch?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Which, honestly, I would like to do a half batch or something, but it calls for one egg, so I don't like to split eggs in half.
I don't either. It's really tricky to do that. And sometimes they say, oh, you can just use the yolk or just use the whites, but it's like, you don't want to mess it up.
I just don't want to do that in general.
Yeah.
So then you have to deal with the other part of the egg and because yeah, you could just throw it out, but that's such a waste.
It is such a waste.
So I gotta just save it and be like, well, hopefully I can do something with this later.
Yeah. And you did a very nice job remembering to take the butter out of the fridge.
Oh yeah.
Because it's always such a shame when you're like, oh, I'm gonna bake these cookies, it's gonna be awesome, and then you realize, oh no, I never softened the butter and it's as hard as a rock.
Same thing with the egg, because you're supposed to bake with your egg at room temperature.
Yeah, I never do that.
Which honestly takes forever for it to get to room temperature, so it's possible that my egg still isn't.
Well, the fact that you even attempted it, I think, is impressive. Yeah. So I was telling Cookie that I have had a very busy Saturday morning.
Because here it is like 4:30-ish.
Yeah.
So we had most of the day by now to do things.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, so Mr. Rice and I, we went to the gym and then the farmer's market. Oh, also we walked our dog in the morning.
It's crazy to me that you go to the farmer's market like every single weekend. Because I probably go like maybe once every 3 weeks.
Well, but we get a lot of staples there. Like, we get our eggs there. I guess that's really the main staple that we get. But, yeah, I mean, I love farmer's market because you're supporting the local farmers. And, you know, actually today, in addition to buying eggs, we also bought a crock pot chicken.
Oh.
So the guy said,
pre-seasoned?
No, it's not. So it's a full chicken.
Okay.
Like bones in and everything. And he says, oh, yep, you just put a little salt, a little pepper, throw it in the crock pot, no liquid necessary. You just throw the chicken in.
And then the meat just falls off the bone?
Yeah. He says like after 6 hours or so, the chicken just, completely falls off the bone, super tender. So we decided to try it. We're like, well, we'll give it a try. So that was exciting.
I bought some ground beef at the farmer's market this morning. Because I figure at least that way, because it's not organic, but it's like grass-fed beef.
Yeah.
I figure it's local, so why not?
Yeah, we bought some beef at the farmer's market once, and it's actually still in the freezer. I mean, I think we bought a couple pounds of it, and we used 1 pound, and there's still another pound that we have not used.
While I eat vegetarian most of the time, my husband Argus does not. So, gotta make sure that he has some food for him to eat. How much regular sugar do I need?
A 1/4 cup. I don't remember the regular sugar.
I pulled everything out.
Oh, so
that, yeah.
Alright, so I can start doing this if you want to start working on the graham crackers.
Sure. You're gonna need this to cream it.
Okay. Well, so after we went to the farmer's market and stuff, and then, after the gym, I biked today, so it's always a really
tiring day.
I just sweat a ton. It's disgusting. Yeah, so then after like we showered and stuff, then we went up to the farm where we go apple picking. So we went apple picking today. We picked Fuji, Cortland, and Macintosh.
Okay.
Because they said they had Golden Supreme, but the Golden Supreme were like all picked off the trees. Like there was none. So that was a bummer because we both wanted Golden Supreme.
Yeah.
But Fuji was actually the first apple I ate today. And I was like, you know what? I don't give Fujis.
No, Fujis are good.
They are good. So, yeah, so we picked an entire half bushel of Fuji, and we picked a quarter bushel of the Macintosh and a quarter of the Cortland. Because we're going to do applesauce with the Cortland and the Macintosh, and then we're going to do, and then we're just going to keep the Fuji for snacking. Or like eating at lunch.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So after we do all this, we have to add the egg and vanilla.
Okay. It's good to know.
And then we start adding in all these other things too. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was okay that I put all these graham cracker crumbs in the measuring cup. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of dishes that we need to do at the end.
Always a good effort.
Because I have more half cups, but I'd like to avoid using them.
So then after Mr. Rice and I went apple picking, then we went back. Oh, and we brought the dog to apple picking.
Oh, really? How'd that go?
It was fine. Everyone's like, oh, what a beautiful dog. And we're like, yes, she is pretty.
Do you get tired of hearing that?
A little
dog
bit,
is
yeah.
really pretty.
I do. But I tell her she's pretty all the time. Why don't we just like move the camera a little bit?
Because we have it set up this way so that when we do the rice pudding, so you're not going to be off screen when we're tending to the stove.
See, the thing is, the sink is just like right in the way.
I mean, you don't have to move over that much.
No, but this works better for the camera. So we will keep it this way.
Okay.
Yeah, so the dog, she does this thing that I think is super annoying. So when she gets tired of just standing still in one spot, like she's like, I'm on a leash. I should be walking.
Yeah. She's right though.
Well, yeah, but so when we're stopping to pick apples, she starts whining and it's super annoying. Especially because I feel like people start to look at us like, what are you doing to that poor dog? And we're doing nothing because she's just being a brat and being like, we need to move. And we're like, no, we need to pick apples. So yeah, so that was a little annoying, but I don't know, she was pretty good.
Okay, so this is ready, but you know, we're not ready for it yet.
No, but this is almost done creaming, so then we can add in the egg and
the vanilla.
Actually, maybe we should change it to the top camera so that people can see what we're doing. Top cam. I don't know if that works.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's just a little bit of
just
delay.
a delay. Yeah. Okay. Look at how nice and fluffy this looks. Maybe you can't tell because it's still kind of far from.
We need 1 egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Now, do you do the thing where you crack the egg in a separate bowl?
I should. So I will, just for the sake of the stream.
Because I generally don't, but I think it's a good effort.
Make sure the egg doesn't like roll off the counter. Right?
It's not. Ugh. Why don't you just put it in a regular bowl? Why do you want that bowl?
Because it's little.
This is a cute
good.
Little bowl.
It's good for this kind of thing.
So.
Okay, I was going to do it, but that's fine.
Do you want this in your compost?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, so this morning
Oh, you know what? Can I cut in for a sec?
Sure.
I had a dream last night that you got all of these tattoos. Like,
oh
really
yeah, like sleeves and stuff?
No. It was all down your back.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because we were meeting up with some friends for lunch, like our high school friends.
Yeah.
So we're meeting up with them for lunch or dinner. and I had just been with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden I had all these tattoos.
No, so we were driving separately to the restaurant for some reason.
Even though like I said, we
Yeah.
were just together. And then our aunt that lives in Ohio was there too at the restaurant because you're like, oh, I was just getting these tattoos. And you're like, do you want to see? And I'm like, sure. And so I look, and at first I thought it was going to be like a single tattoo on her shoulder. But then it like kept going, and it like went into another tattoo. And then there was a giant tattoo right in the middle of your back.
And do you remember what any of these tattoos were?
I don't. That's the thing. It wasn't, because I thought it was going to be the Deathly Hallows symbol, and it was not. But yeah, it was so strange. And then our aunt was like, "Oh, I love it."
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like she would not be the kind of person that likes tattoos.
I don't know, but that was how it went down. Add cornstarch, baking soda, salt, and graham cracker crumbs. It says crumbs.
These are the crumbs.
Are they fine enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Do you think I keep using the mixer?
So that's the thing. That's why I thought to not use the standing mixer, because I figured, like when you do chocolate chip cookies, you always have to stir it by hand. But I think maybe we can add everything else first.
2 teaspoons.
I think we can still use the mixer with that.
2 teaspoons cornstarch. And then 1 teaspoon soda. And half of a teaspoon salt.
You can get the half teaspoon.
What is AP flour?
All purpose.
Oh, I see. I should have known that.
Yeah, there's not a ton in there, and I thought we had a spare one,
But there's enough.
but it turns out we don't. So I've got to buy more.
So did you decide that the s'mores cookie cake is your favorite?
Yeah. Because I think it was at a pretty recent family reunion, we had regular cookie cake, and I thought that it was just bland compared to
S'mores.
yeah.
Okay, I was just curious.
I keep putting the teaspoon in here, but I think we need it later, so
Do we?
maybe. For like the frosting or something?
Oh, yeah. No, we need the half.
Oh, well,
We don't need the teaspoon again.
okay.
Graham crackers are going in. You don't really need very many graham crackers.
No, just half a cup. I don't know where, this is our older sister's recipe. I don't know where she got it from, but it's really good.
Alright, so now we're ready for the flour.
Okay, how much flour do we need? 1 3/4 cup. Okay, and then what?
I feel like I'm gonna lose. I do. I hate having long hair. I think everyone should just shave their heads.
That's what I think.
It would be so much easier.
That's what I'm gonna get my hair cut really short sometime.
Yeah, when's that gonna happen?
I don't know, because I want to get it long enough so I can give like a good donation.
Well, I decided I'm not donating mine anymore.
No, because you don't want to have it that short, or what?
No, that's not it. It's because I keep seeing, and people keep telling me, they're like, oh, people, like, since artificial wigs have gotten so good, that a lot of people, and they last longer than hair wigs, that a lot of people prefer to use the artificial wig. And they're cheaper to make, and they're, you know, so I'm like, well, if they don't even want my hair.
I'm sure they still want it, though.
I don't know, so I was thinking I might just
get it cut?
Yeah, just get it cut after Halloween. But, I don't know, maybe I should still look to donate it.
I mean, if you're already chopping off that much, you may as well.
Well, because that's the thing, I wouldn't make it as short.
I see. Just combined.
Yes.
And then we stir in the chocolate chips, Hershey bar chunks, and marshmallows. Okay. So, half cup of chocolate chips. This has like tons of like stuff in it.
Sugar granules and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just rinse that out.
I think that's good.
I think it's all combined.
So we need
We have to chop up these.
half cup chocolate chips,
We have to chop these up.
1 cup mini marshmallows.
Okay.
So do the marshmallows go in right now? Yes.
Yeah, so we should probably start stirring by hand.
Yes. Yeah, we're done with this.
Yeah. But we should hold on to that. It probably tastes really good.
Oh, for sure. Well, it looks like maybe we don't have anybody watching, but in case anybody is watching,
That's fine.
thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Because we keep saying that we'll do cooking streams, and a lot of times we just like, nope,
Don't.
it didn't
Yeah.
work out with our
It
weekends.
didn't happen, yeah.
So we thought, oh, this one we can actually, so figured we would.
I feel like it's just so random because people don't know when we're going to be streaming.
That's true.
Especially when we make these promises like, yeah, we'll stream over the weekend and bake, and then we don't. So then,
And other people have plans on their weekends, so it's just... Oh, so after we went apple picking,
yeah.
then we went to lunch, which was at this Asian restaurant. So we used a random restaurant selector.
Yeah.
Because it was part of, so for our first wedding anniversary, I got my husband a deck of cards. So there's 52 cards, and they're all date night cards. And so the one that we used today, it was, use a restaurant random selector to decide where to go for lunch, try somewhere new. So we ended up going to this Asian place that we've never been to. Frankly, I didn't even know it was there. And it was pretty good. We'd be up for getting it again, partially because it's closer than the other Asian place we really like.
I see.
And they also deliver they're on Grubhub.
Okay.
So they'll deliver to your house, whereas the other place won't. You can order, you can do that other place for pickup.
I feel like pickup's better because I don't like having to pay a tip
Yeah.
for people delivering it.
I guess, but sometimes you just don't want to drive. At least sometimes I don't want to drive. So,
Yeah, I don't mind it.
and did you eat a couple?
I did.
I'm jealous.
Here.
Thank you.
Well, so we actually went out for lunch today too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, so the soccer team that me and my husband watch, Everton, I'm wearing a jersey today.
She is. They're very good fans.
They lost today.
Oh,
so
no.
that was sad. But the thing is, so they played at 12:30 today, so we're like, well, we can get lunch and eat, take it to go and eat here.
That's a great idea.
So we got Chinese.
Do you think me just breaking this by hand is broken enough? Like this.
Sure, that's probably fine. I see you already did this one.
Yeah.
That one's like a really big chunk though, this one.
Yeah, I guess I missed that one.
So we got Chinese. We went to the place that we went with my friends. That's it's just around the block.
Was it good?
Yeah, I got sesame tofu with vegetables.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and because the thing is, I like tofu, but I really like having vegetables. But it's just getting plain mixed vegetables with a boring sauce.
So boring.
It's not what I prefer to do.
Do you have a wooden spoon?
Yeah, you're in the wrong drawer.
To the left.
Yep.
To the left.
So yeah, it was good, and plus their tofu is actually cooked, whereas I feel like a lot of places they just have it it's not crisp at all on the outside at Chinese. So it was really good today, and
Well, at the
I said that a lot as I was eating it. I was like, this is really good.
At the Asian restaurant we went to, I got a soup and a black rice salad. So black rice salad had sweet potato, edamame, and avocado on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good, but I think it needed more of a dressing or maybe more of the fruits and vegetables and less of the rice. They gave me tons of rice.
Well, I feel like they always do with things like that.
So the soup, it was tom yum soup, I think.
Okay.
It was really good.
I've never had it.
And I got the veggie one, and so it came with tofu. But the tofu, the texture, to me, I thought it was really good because it had a similar mouthfeel to fresh mozzarella.
Okay.
But it was so it was kind of slimy, I guess, but it was chewy too.
Okay.
But like in a good way. I don't know. It was like how I've never had it before, so I enjoyed it. Oh, I forgot about the marshmallows.
I know you did.
I'm sorry.
You're just watching me work, and I didn't have the heart to tell you there's more work to do.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, so then after lunch, Mr. Rice and I went to Raymore and Flanagan. It's a furniture store. But on the way there, we saw a new outdoor store. So we're like, oh, like let's check it out because I wanted kind of not nature-y, but like active pants, but not like what you'd use for yoga, like outdoor pants. So I wanted some of that, partially for my Halloween costume, but also partially just to have for hiking and stuff. And then I'm also looking for a rain jacket. So we stopped in there and we spent probably 20 minutes in there, maybe longer. And then we went to Raymore and Flanagan and looked at a whole bunch of furniture that we may or may not ever get.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Rice really wants this one dining room table.
Okay.
But the
I
thing
you guys
is,
were looking at like a
bookshelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they really have bookshelves
Okay.
at Raymore and Flanagan. Maybe they do, and we just didn't look in the right spot. But yeah, he wants a new dining room table and chair set. But the thing is, like, the table he likes, the chairs are gigantic and they're heavy, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So I'm like, I don't know about the table. And then we were looking at a new dresser for me that matches the rest of our bedroom set. So that one I'm like, maybe. Do you think we should like scrape it off?
Probably, yeah.
But
Here, we'll just use
that later. I feel like, yeah, this came together pretty quick.
Yeah, that's why I figured it would be
Good recipe cupcake.
Yeah, cupcake is our sister's code name.
Yes. Like how rice and pudding are, or
Rice and cookie.
rice and cookie are our code names.
Alright, yeah, that's good enough.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I like totally made it worse. That's fine.
Alright. So, and I should have written this recipe out because it's really annoying to look at the recipes on a phone. I really hate it. This recipe is super quick, so I think we're gonna have some downtime. So maybe we should just we should start the rice pudding before we eat this batter. Okay.
Yeah.
And I changed the settings so that my phone is gonna be on for longer. So in a medium-sized pot, you combine the rice, the coconut milk, salt, and water. We're in pots. What kind of pot do you want? Like this one? Yeah, that should work. It might be a little big, but better to be too big than too small. Yes. Okay, so if you want to open up the can of coconut milk, and then I will start measuring the rice. So I love rice pudding.
That's why her code name is Rice Pudding.
That's why my name is Rice on this stream. But the thing is, I haven't made it in ages. There was one time in my life when I lived in Ohio and I had nothing to do. So once, when Mr. Rice was coming over to visit,
You just combine everything in there?
Yep. Well, not
I don't know
the
why
sugar.
I'm even looking at
Not the
this.
sugar.
Okay.
So once when Mr. Rice was coming over to visit, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sample 3 different rice pudding recipes and make like half batches of all of them, and we'll sample them all at the same time. And that worked out pretty well, but the problem with it is that, one, I don't remember any of the recipes. I never saved them.
Oh no, I was like, what's the point?
But then another issue with it is that, so they were all brown rice.
Okay.
Which, I mean, we use brown rice all the time. But now that I have been introduced to black rice, I've always been like, I really want to try a black rice pudding. A homemade one. Because I have gotten a sticky black rice sticky
at restaurants.
mango.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. I have no idea how much rice I have in here. It's a disaster. Maybe I should pour it out and start over. Here, we can use another bowl and you can measure out. Here, just take this. This one's okay. Good thing I didn't add the coconut milk yet.
I know.
I tried, but you know, it's just stuck in there because it does that.
Actually, I don't know why I did it that way. I'm stupid.
That's alright. This works.
Alright, so 1 cup, or half a cup.
How much do you need?
1 cup.
Okay. And hang on, why don't you just do the same thing you just did?
Because I can't get it
Well, then
all.
that's what other spoons are for. Like, here, just use a tablespoon and get the rest in there. Honestly.
I'm sorry for anybody who's watching. See, since we don't use black rice a ton, we don't keep black rice in a special.
Right.
Yeah, it's good enough. We don't keep our black rice in a special container like we do all of our other things. So it's really hard to measure it out from this stupid bag. So I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Alright, so we're going to use that whole can. I love coconut milk.
I do too. I was telling, because the thing is I only have coconut milk for the times where I make Thai curries. And so that's why I've got some. This is my last can, so I'll have to buy some more.
Okay, so we need 1.5 cups water and a pinch of salt. Is it okay if I just use this and then the half cup?
That's fine.
I didn't know if you would be like a
Purist.
yeah, and be like, no, you need the liquid measuring cup.
No, it's not necessary.
Okay, that's good.
But when we were in high school, we both took a gourmet cooking class. And for that, if you did this during your final, like you're supposed to present how to make a cookie for your final.
No,
Yeah.
you chose your own recipe.
No, for my class, it was only cookies.
Really?
You had to do a cookie, like a Christmas cookie.
No, mine you could choose.
Well,
We
but
chose to do cookies.
You were in a different section. We were told you're doing cookies, which is fine. I love cookies. That's why my name is Cookie.
Yeah, but what if you didn't like cookies?
Too bad for them. I know. So Belayame.
Hello.
I probably butchered that, but hello is here. So Belayame, we are making some s'mores cookie cake and a black rice pudding.
And the black rice pudding is a Indonesian recipe. So I've never tried it before, so it'll be exciting.
And we've had this cookie cake before, and it's like so good.
It is super good. Our sister makes it.
So it's got little bits of graham cracker in it, and it's got dark chocolate and marshmallows. Hey, Ogre's here. Hey, Grills. Just had some chocolate chip cookies here. Good. Hi, Ogre. We are just about to get this on this.
Did you set a timer for the cookie cake?
No, it's fine.
And I probably shouldn't be using this spoon because it's plastic. I should have grabbed a wooden one.
Yeah.
Because now we just put this on the stove and we bring it to a boil.
Then we simmer it.
Simmer it forever.
Okay.
And stir it every so often.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, pretty.
Yeah, we'll use a wooden spoon for that.
I'm sorry, I'm just making you do more dishes. How terrible of me.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, I just started eating the spoon and I didn't
You were eating the spoon?
Well, I wasn't thinking about how there's a lot of dough on it and then how that's not fair to you.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the amount of dough on the other side of the other spoon, because there was a lot that stuck to it. I just ate the whole thing.
I did see that.
I was just like, oh well, I'll just stuck the whole spoon in my mouth.
And Belle says, I can't bake if my life depended on it. Oh, It's really not
As
too
long
bad.
as you follow the directions, like as far as making cookies go, they're pretty straightforward. Although you can overcook them or overbake.
No, see, I find with baking, the only time I really mess up, and it's like a huge mess up, is if you're doubling or halving a recipe,
then you forget to do it
for everything. So like once I was making cupcakes, and I was making a half batch. I halved all of the dry ingredients, and I did a full recipe for all the wet. So they came out so terrible. I had to throw them out. I was so mad at myself.
That stinks.
But I still ate a whole bunch of them as I was throwing them in the garbage.
Well, Bella, I can't wait to see what we have in store.
Okay.
Yeah, so this cookie cake, as we said before, our older sister makes it. I've never made it myself.
She's really good at baking.
She's a great baker.
She's good at everything, really.
Yeah, baking, sewing, anything like household, even like cooking and cleaning though, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't vouch for that.
No, but she's good at everything else. And we're like decent at all those things.
Yeah, we're decent.
I think you're a pretty good cleaner.
You think I'm good at cleaning?
Or at least you do it more than I do.
I don't think so.
You've seen like everything here.
I dusted last weekend. It was disgusting. There was so much dust everywhere.
Oh, I was actually thinking while that's still chilling. Well, okay. So for this recipe, it says.
So you only stir in the sweetener at the very end.
Okay. What's the sweetener? Oh, this is the sweetener.
So it says 2 tablespoons, and then at the end it says 1 tablespoon. So
this is a coconut palm sugar. It's often used in things like pad thai. That's the only I've bought this before also, and that's the only time I use it.
I only use it in pad thai.
I think I used up all of mine, and then I said I'll just use brown sugar from now on. Because
that's what
people say online. You can just substitute it.
And so it's like, well, then
the bag is horrible.
And why have this take up so much space in my refrigerator?
Yeah.
Because we never use it. So I told Mr. Rice, I'm like, I'm taking this because we are going to use it, and it's going to be great.
So okay, a couple things. We still have to make the frosting for the cookie cake, but also I don't know what pan to use because it says to use an 8 to 9 inch cake pan.
Oh, I could have brought one over.
Does that mean a circle pan? So I have like a pie pan, but I'm afraid it's not tall enough. I don't know how big this is.
It might be 9 inches.
Do you think it's tall enough to get the job done? I think it might be.
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that'll work.
It's either that, I was thinking...
Actually, if anything, it might be too big.
Okay, well, so I have 2 6-inch cake pans I could use instead. Do you think that'd be better or worse? Worse? Okay, so we will stick with this.
Because 2 6 inches would be way too much area. We could do the math.
I know we could, but we won't.
Our mom is a math teacher, and so when it's times like these, when in real life you're like, I wonder if math could help with this, I feel like she could turn it into a math problem for her students.
And she would. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I figured you might want some of this too.
But yeah, we've got to make the frosting, but I figure we'll wait until we start baking this. Yeah, so it says you're supposed to stir the rice every so often. Okay. I'm very interested to see how this is going to turn out. It's going to be like magic, I think.
Oh, I was going to bring over a container so I could bring some of this home.
Oh, we can give you a container. Alright, well, let's borrow. But Ogre, I wanted to tell you because you talked about that you just ate some chocolate chip cookies. I don't know if you saw our last stream, but I was traveling and my hotel offered complimentary cookies every night. So I took them up on that and I had a nice warm cookie each night I was there and it was awesome. So I think when I was grabbing all the cookies, some other person had checked in and they were like, oh, these are just like whatever, some brand of cookie. And they seemed disappointed by it. I'm like, who cares? It's a cookie. Just eat it, you know?
It's not like it's Chips Ahoy or something.
Yeah.
Like if it was Chips Ahoy, I'd be like,
probably skip it.
I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna have a Chips Ahoy. I can buy a Chips Ahoy.
It's a free cookie though.
Yeah, but still, I don't think I would be excited about Chips Ahoy.
Pro tip, we had tried, for when we were making s'mores, we tried, instead of using graham crackers, we tried using Chips Ahoy cookies, but the soft kind. And it wasn't as good as using graham crackers.
Nope.
So now you know. But I think if they were the hard kind, I still think it has potential. I don't know.
I think
everyone said the soft kind is better, but I was like,
no, I don't really like either of them. I think it's too. I don't know. Like, I think the regular cookies are too tough of a cookie to work for that. It's my thinking, anyway.
Well, next year I'm gonna try it.
Okay. So, do we want to work on the frosting while we're waiting for the dough to show?
I think we should stick it in the oven before we do that.
Oh, I guess. So I'm watching this.
So this has
prematurely.
That's okay. Yeah, I actually forgot that we need
Belle
this.
says it's free. Free is the best. Free stuff tastes different.
It does. It's always better.
It is, because you're like, oh, I didn't have to pay for this.
It's also always better, like, when I eat anything, it's better if someone else makes it, because when I make it, I'm super judgmental of it, I'm hard on it. I'm like, this isn't as good when my mom makes it, or...
She does do that.
It's hard. It's really hard to, like, actually enjoy, especially with desserts, when you see all the, like, unhealthy stuff that's going in it. Yeah. It makes it not as delicious as if someone just brought it in and you're like, I have no idea what's in this. I'm gonna just eat it and like it.
Yeah, like at work, at my last job, this one guy had brought in these cupcakes that his daughter made for a cystic fibrosis fundraiser. And so it's like, oh, I'll totally take an extra cupcake. It's free. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and it was. And the frosting I thought was just really great. So I was like, hey, like, do you think she'd be okay with giving me the recipe? Like, is it some family secret or is it okay? And he's like, oh no, I'll get you the recipe. And so I'm like, oh cool, great. And I was really excited about it. And then she, so then he got me the recipe and it had lots of shortening in it. And this frosting has shortening in it.
And some butter. And I was like, oh. I'm like, I'm never gonna make this because it has shortening in it. I don't like to use shortening. So. Belle says, oh God, yes, I hate cooking for myself.
I know, it's never as good. Although one time I did make a zucchini casserole, which is something our mom makes a lot. And I've made it before and I was like, this isn't as good as my mom's. But then I made it this summer and I think it was equally as good as our mom's. And I felt so good about it.
Yeah, she's pretty good at cooking, I would say so.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're gonna just
press it in.
This is to line this with,
this is the bottom.
Just the bottom of parchment paper?
Yeah. Where's your parchment paper?
It's just in this drawer here.
Parchment paper is pretty magical stuff.
It is, but I kind of hate using it because I do too. Like throw it out and stuff.
Yeah, I looked to see if you can compost it, and you're not really supposed to.
I have a because I made like a thing to make stuff not stick.
Mm-hmm. Is it like a silicone mat or something?
No, it's a mixture of flour, shortening, and something else.
Do you want to try that?
Well, no, because I'm following the instructions.
Okay.
I feel
next time.
Next time, yeah.
Oh, but if next time is for your cookie thing.
Well, no, because I'm not going to bring this in for the cookie competition.
Oh, okay.
So at work I found out there's a cookie competition, and I'm
gonna make pumpkin cookies.
So the thing is, I've been trying to make chocolate chip cookies because I have a bracket going. I have scissors.
Yes, you do have a bracket.
But the thing is, I haven't finished my bracket, so I don't really know what chocolate chip cookie recipe to do. So then some of my coworkers were like, you should totally do oatmeal raisin, or you should totally do peanut butter.
Yeah, but oatmeal
and I was like, I've never made those kinds of cookies.
I have made peanut butter cookies, and they are pretty awesome.
I mean, I really like peanut butter cookies. I'm tempted by that suggestion, because
I still don't feel
really
like I should put the sugar in now.
Follow the recipe.
Bring to a boil. Then reduce the temperature to low and simmer covered until the rice is tender. It'll take about an hour. Be sure to give it a good stir every once in a while and check on the cooking progress. And then stir in the sweetener.
Okay.
Okay.
I knew I cut this too big, but I figured it's better to start too big than too small. So.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh, so Belle says, I made my mom mac and cheese and everyone loved it, but I know it still didn't taste as good as hers.
You know, our mom, she would, I hate being compared to other people.
That's kind of why I like to try making new things so that no one can be like, oh, this person did it better.
The thing is that whenever, like, we were kids, or not even kids, but like when we were in high school and we were cooking at home, We never cooked in high school. No, but I'm saying like on the occasion where we helped out with our mom making dinner, she would always say, "Oh my gosh, this is so good."
Did she say that?
Well, yeah, because she always wanted help in the kitchen, and we frequently would have preferred playing video games or watching TV. So we didn't help very often. But anytime we did help, she'd always be like, "Oh, thank you so much, this is really good." And we'd always be like, "No, it's better when you make it, Mom." And she's like, "I don't think so." But she just wanted more help in the kitchen. And I can understand that.
Yeah, cooking takes a lot of time.
Okay.
It does. I'm lucky that my husband helps as often as he does. Because I don't think he's like a huge fan of cooking, but I mean, it's time that we can spend together.
No one likes it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I enjoy cooking if I have nothing else to do with my food.
Yeah, if I don't have a time crunch, I'm like, you know what, I can cook and be happy with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna make granola tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about it because I love granola. I'm also gonna make applesauce.
Okay, there we go.
Ogre says, oh, by the way, here's a Switch game you should try sometime. Untitled Goose Game.
I know!
Really fun and just $15 on the Nintendo store.
Is it that cheap?
It's called...
August, did you know it's that cheap? He's like, yes. He has to wait for sales so that things are like super cheap.
So it's called Untitled Goose Game?
Yeah, so it's...
That's a strange
I've been watching someone...
for a video game.
I've been watching someone play it on Twitch, and... Because I saw it like previewed, I think, on the, like the Nintendo Direct. And so then I saw it, like, the people playing it, because pretty much you're a goose and you're in this town, and your goal is to
I like that you're a goose.
A
silly goose.
I know. So your goal is to, like, cause trouble for everyone, and you have a to-do list. I cut off too much, but it's fine.
It'll be fine.
So you have a to-do list of things to cause mayhem in the town. Like you gotta throw a rake into a pond.
That's interesting.
Or give the kid if a kid loses his glasses, he's like on the ground looking for glasses.
Do you like kick it out of the way?
No, you can
stomp on him?
You can find wrong glasses and then he puts them on and he's like, these are the wrong glasses.
Oh, I think it'd be kind of funny if you could just destroy him. Belle says, yeah, my mom always over-exaggerated my cooking. Yes, it definitely happens.
Do you think that we should put any non-stick stuff on the side? No? Okay. Alright then, we're gonna get the cookie dough in there.
Man, has it been half an hour already?
Close enough.
Alright. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So what do we have to do? Press it in?
Yeah. Oh, we should preheat the oven.
Oh, we should have done that ages ago.
Maybe while we wait, we'll just kind of throw this... We'll throw it in there for a little bit longer, just so it's got some more time.
Okay, so what's in the frosting besides shortening and powdered sugar?
It has butter, shortening, vanilla, water, and powdered sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to try and make like
But I want to play the goose game. I just want to throw that out there. It looks so fun. And I like it.
You know,
just watching it.
You know how I did that one cooking class?
Yeah.
Or it wasn't a cooking class. It was a cake decorating class, and so it was like a 3. You know, I did the 2 classes, and each class had 4 lessons.
Mhm.
So I went to 8 classes. That's a lot of classes.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I did that, and I'm like, oh, this is great, but I hardly ever bake cakes, and I'm gonna forget all of this by the time I do want to make a cake. I mean, some of the easy stuff, yeah, I can do. But what I had always thought might be interesting is because, you know, we don't really make dessert very often, but I thought what might be good is if I made like a shepherd's pie or something and did cake decorating with mashed potatoes.
That would be interesting.
Doesn't that sound interesting?
That sounds really interesting. I think
it sounds interesting.
I feel like the mashed potatoes wouldn't taste as good because they would probably get like crisp though, right? Because that would be before you bake it. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
It's an interesting idea.
It is. But I thought I could even dye the potatoes with food. Like I could boil beets or something and use that water when I boil the potatoes, or like boil a beet in with the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I had like all these ideas. And I'm like, what if I pureed up some spinach and mixed it in and had some green mashed potatoes?
It sounds really weird.
I think it's cool. Really cool.
But Yeah, well, you let me know how that goes.
I thought about doing it once for Mr. Rice's birthday, but he didn't seem interested in shepherd's pie, so.
Shepherd's pie is really good.
It is really good. But yeah, he didn't seem overly enthused, so I was like, okay, I guess we'll not do this awesome thing that I want to try.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell him that. Surprise.
Oh, I see.
I didn't want to ruin the surprise. It's such a great idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to try it sometime, just be like, we're going to do this. But the thing is, it's a whole lot of extra effort.
Yeah.
That otherwise I wouldn't have to do. So I'm going to give the rice a stir.
Okay.
Oh, good thing I did because it stopped simmering. I'm going to turn the heat up a bit. It kind of looks like hot chocolate at this point. Yes. Because the black rice is not really black. It's really more of a purple.
Okay.
Purple color. So, black is just a misnomer. But black rice is a, so it's black pearl rice. And it's, when you go to restaurants that serve black rice, it's like a forbidden rice and only the royalty eat it. But now commoners like us get to eat it, who aren't even Asian. Just get it at the grocery store. Actually, no, I bought it online.
Totally off topic.
That's fine.
But I want to tell everyone, we went to a paint night yesterday.
We did.
So I want to show everyone my painting.
Oh, I'm
very
proud
of
I
it.
hadn't thought about bringing mine, but I forgot it. Darn it. I think yours turned out way better than mine. I think mine was the worst of the three of us.
I like yours. It's very like bubbly. So this is my painting.
Yeah.
I'll like hold it up closer.
Yeah.
So it's a waterfall and there's like
Lower and further back.
further
Too
back.
close.
It's so hard to gauge this when there's a lag. Okay. So there's like rocks and a waterfall and cherry blossoms.
Yeah, it looks kind of dark in the video, but she did a very nice job.
I'm very proud of it, and it looks a lot better than the other one I did. I like this painting a lot better.
See, so I brought this home. You can't see our other one because it's up here.
Yeah, it's up on the wall.
But
high.
anyway, so I showed Mr. Rice. He's like, oh, like that's the new painting or the painting you did. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, do you like it? And he's like, I like the other one better.
What?
And I was like, I know I didn't do as good of a job with it, but I was disappointed that he didn't like it.
So I just said he liked the other one better.
Yeah, well,
he didn't like
so
it.
I thought that maybe we should go to another one at some point, and then, you know, maybe the one that we did last night could go in one of the bedrooms or something. Oh, so Belle says awesome. So pretty.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think it's really good. And I had toyed, I'm like, oh, what if I made an orange blossom instead of the pink cherry blossom?
Yeah.
And the orange blossom did not turn out well, so then I was like, oh, darn it, now I have to cover it with the pink. It was kind of a hassle.
I mean, I think the orange one could have worked if you just spread it out, you know, like
I
you
think
only put on like one branch, right?
I think I had done it all orange. No, I did random flowers on one branch, and it didn't work. So I think that's partly why I don't like mine, because I know that mistake was there, and I didn't do a great job covering it. So
I think that you're being too hard on yourself, because yours is pretty good. I saw it I think it was a couple years ago. There was a paint night painting that to me it reminded me of like Lord of the Rings / Overcooked.
Oh.
Like the map kind of thing.
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, and so, but it was just like a grassy area and like you could see mountains in the distance.
Yeah.
And I really liked it and I wanted to do it, but then I never did. So then, so now I just keep thinking like, when will they ever offer it again? Probably never. Because I've tried looking to like into the future. I'm gonna
go grab a cake.
But like on the website for paint night, you can look to see which paintings will be offered in the future. So I did look, and this painting I haven't seen like in the past year. So
Well, so I think I liked the painting that we should have done yesterday, but the paint night got canceled, so we had to go to this other restaurant that was hosting a paint night. But I think I liked the other painting better.
no, I like this painting better.
No, you didn't see it.
I did see it. I saw it online.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The one that got canceled?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh.
But I was gonna go anyways, but Belle says that listen, you tried and you know, hang yours up proudly.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still looks nice. It's just, you know, not quite perfect. But unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist on some things, so Oh, now this is boiling too much. That's how it usually goes. There's no perfect happy medium.
Nope. I feel like I've never actually used parchment paper for something so solid.
I've
only ever done it for cake where you just pour it in and it's like super easy. Whereas with this, the parchment paper like slides and so I don't like that.
I can hold it in place.
No, but you can't hold it in place forever.
I know, but I can hold it in for a while.
Oh, if you guys can see that TV over there at all, my husband Argus is playing Breath of the Wild. But I don't know that you can actually see it that well on screen because it looks kind of dark. Or, I mean,
it
bright.
Looks
just bright.
Yeah, it looks
like
bright,
washed out.
bright and kind of blurry.
Yeah.
But it looks interesting.
It's a very pretty game, and the thing is that I don't like is the world is so big to explore. I mean, I haven't played it, but just seeing him reference the map and like go different places, it just seems to take forever.
Yeah, Belle, I don't know if you've ever seen our stream before, but usually we're playing video games.
Yep.
And we've only done a few baking streams, but we always like doing them. It's just it's hard to find a second time during the week that we want to stream again.
We usually stream on Wednesdays at 6.
Yeah, Wednesdays from 6 to 8.
I meant to tell
Eastern Standard Time.
I can't stream this Wednesday.
Oh no, why not?
Because I'm going out of town again for work to do a wetlands training.
Oh my goodness. So what day do you want to do?
I was going to suggest we do Tuesday.
We could do Tuesday.
Okay.
Oh, you're being all civilized and using a spoon.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for following.
Oh, thanks for following. Yeah, because we generally play like old school or like older school video games.
Actually, I think that using your hand is going to make it smoother than this. So forget this. Do you want to lick this spoon? Because there's a lot on here. Or you can try to
I'll take some.
Save some.
Yeah, so we generally play like Super Nintendo or Nintendo 64 games. But you know, we're open to playing a lot of other things too. So
right now we're almost done with Banjo-Kazooie.
I'm not a huge fan.
I like it. I think it's fun, but it is frustrating. There's no doubt.
So frustrating.
So for the past few games we've played, they're games that we haven't played before, so it's extra difficult for us. But Belle's been playing Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we are on. We're at the Click Clock Forest.
Yes.
Yeah. We just played spring, and then I'm assuming next we'll be playing summer. But yeah, I like it.
It's just so frustrating.
What do you think? It's more frustrating than Super Metroid? Super Metroid also. It took us like I don't even know how many weeks because we only play once a week for 2 hours. So it took us, and we've never played before, so we kept like not knowing where to go, and it took us a long time.
It also took us a long time to play A Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
That was not a quick game either.
Mm-mm.
But also, like, we generally play games that we've never played before.
Yeah.
So there's a huge learning curve. I know when we first started playing Banjo, I'm like, these controls are awful.
I totally get it. You know, like I'm not. I feel like I've been doing a good job lately of not messing up.
I think I have too.
I still mess up sometimes.
Okay. I think that looks good.
Okay.
So it can go in the oven
For 18 to 20 minutes.
That's so quick. Rory's pudding still has another 46.
Okay, so we'll just remember. So we're looking for 28 on the timer. Right? Did I do my math right?
Usually the microwave also has a timer if you wanted to try doing that.
That's a good idea.
That's what we do a lot because it makes it a whole lot easier. Yeah. Definitely washing my hands after licking that batter off my fingers because that's kind of gross.
How do I get to go?
Press start.
I tried. Press in map. Maybe timer. I think it says timer. It's just something. Okay, there it goes.
I've been using a lot of.
Wait, if it's 18, I put 28 minutes. Oops.
I'm sorry, I've been using your paper towels.
No, you should be using this to dry something.
To dry my hands.
Yeah, I grabbed that specifically so that I don't have to.
See, but I know paper towels are clean. Because the problem with regular towels is sometimes they're not clean.
I know.
You have to wash them every so often.
Okay, now we have the timer set for 18 minutes. I kept typing it in wrong. You probably heard the beeping.
Okay.
But they still want to see us play Banjo-Kazooie. You know, it's
So Tuesday this week.
Tuesday this week.
Throw all of our
usually
viewers
Wednesday.
off.
I know, because we didn't tell anyone because I forgot. So the thing is, like, I was told, yeah, this train's coming up in October, and I didn't stop to think, oh wait, this is the first week in October. So like, it just hasn't been on my mind.
Do you want to do the frosting in here, or do you want a new bowl for frosting?
I'm gonna grab a new bowl because we don't need something that big.
But powdered sugar like flies.
That's a good point. Here, hang on. We're not gonna let that good cookie dough go to waste.
Okay. Belle says that they had such a hard time with the boss. I think I almost cried.
And Banjo?
That is not
I didn't even know we had to fight a boss.
Yeah, you gotta fight Gruntilda and her cronies.
Is it harder than racing that,
Gosh, what was it? Racing.
remember we had to race that other, like,
The walrus?
crocodile, the crocodile. We had to race the crocodile
to all the things to eat.
Yeah.
That
was
wasn't
hard.
that bad.
It was hard and it was stressful. I was like super sweaty after it.
Yeah, I was too. I always hate when video games make you like have physical reactions like that.
Okay, there, that's probably good. Do you want to eat this?
Sure, if you don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, of course I want it, but you eat it. I'm so lucky.
Yeah. So, Belle, do you have a stream? Or do you just play Banjo on your own? Got a smiling, crying face. Or laughing, crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we could follow your stream. Check it out, see you play
Yeah.
Banjo. Because I'm assuming you're better than us, so see a master play.
The next game that we are planning to play is Luigi's Mansion.
Yep.
Because it's spooky for Halloween.
Yeah. Happy. I feel like last year I said Happy Halloween like a million times.
We did, because we were very new to our stream, and so we
Happy Halloween.
It's like you never know if there's new people watching, so you want to
Right.
give them an update, like this is what I'm doing for my Halloween costume, and Happy Halloween. So yeah, gotta make sure that people who aren't frequent watchers know what's going on. Oh no, Belle's streams, but they've been in the hospital this week. What happened?
That's not good.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if you got enough. Oh, you did get enough butter. Look at you.
I know. I was really on top of it.
I don't know which knife I had used for the butter.
Just use a new one.
Can you do something?
We have like so much silverware for just me and my husband. We don't need this much.
If you
So
insist.
butter, and then we need a quarter cup shortening.
Do you want to use this knife once I'm done with it?
Sure.
Yeah, I hate using shortening.
It just looks gross. You know,
Like,
it's like, what is
what?
this? So I mean, so this is a vegetable shortening. They're usually made of palm oil. Somehow that becomes solid, kind of like coconut oil is solid. It's non-hydrogenated though.
There you go.
So this,
Oh!
I spent a lot of money on
Belle
this.
had appendicitis.
Oh no!
I
Is that
had-
good? Did it explode, or was it like, did you get it before it ruptured?
Yeah, because I had, when I was in high school, my appendix had gotten infected, and then they took it out, and then I was fine. But yeah, it didn't actually burst. And from what I understand, when it bursts, it is terrible. And Belle says it looks gross.
It does. So, but this one I spent extra money on because it's organic, and it comes from Rainforest Alliance certified farms, because palm oil is actually responsible for a lot of deforestation in the Amazon rainforest. So
So try not to get peanut butter that
Peanut butter? You mean
No, a lot of peanut butter uses palm oil or palm sugar.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, look at the ingredients list.
Well, I buy organic that only has peanuts.
Well,
and
then you're
salt
fine.
and maybe sugar.
If you have any that uses, if it's not a natural peanut butter, it probably has palm oil in it. And that was part of the reason why I switched.
Yeah, we're trying to save the world here.
Yes.
We're both very green people.
Guns of the Hellgas says, "Hello, have you guys seen Link's Awakening?" I have
You know what? So
have you?
Yeah. Well, so what? Yeah, I know we haven't. So the thing is, Argus and me, we were planning to start streaming the two of us playing Link's Awakening. So Argus played it before the re-release, like when it was on Game Boy Advance or whatever it was on before. And he really liked it. He says it's one of his favorite Zelda games. And so we bought it and we were planning to stream it like last Friday, like not this past Friday, but the Friday before. But then, I don't know, we were busy and we never got around to it. But it's on our horizon. We're planning to play it. It looks so cute. It's like super toony and
kind of like how that other Zelda game is toony.
Kind of. And
I can't think of what it's called. I played most of it.
Wind Waker.
I did not finish it.
And Belle says, I'm trying to be like you guys and save the world.
Save the world.
Save the world. Especially whenever I like bring my reusable shopping bags to the grocery store. I'm like, come on everyone, we can all work together and save the world. And then
no one does
But no, I've been noticing more people bring in their reusable bags.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah.
Do you think we'll start with 1 tablespoon of water and then we can bump it up to 2 if it seems too thick?
Okay. I think we just mix this all together at once.
Yes.
I didn't even think about it.
That's generally how you make frosting. She doesn't even have directions.
No, so okay, we're gonna just go with it.
We might want to mix this up before. Actually, we should. We should mix that up
before we add the powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
You want to cream it.
The gun says it looks like toy style graphics. Or yeah, toy. It's super cute and it has a lot of.
I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm not really up to date on my video gaming.
It has a lot of like bad guys and stuff from other Nintendo games. Like there's Goombas and stuff, but like it's always been that way. It's not, this is the way the Zelda game has always been.
Okay.
So they re-released it, it's like remastered, it's beautiful.
Alright.
I'm excited, yeah. I'm very excited to play it.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to check it out too sometime. Unless you want to play on stream.
Well, is me and Argus are going to play it?
Yeah, but we could play it on stream after you guys play it.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. But also,
alright, I think we're good on this.
So Argus has a plan, because since he's played,
even Kirby's in there.
Yeah. So since Argus has played it before, we're going to play it, so I will be playing on the big screen, on the new version, but then Argus is going to be playing, like he'll have the corner screen on our stream, and he'll be playing on the Game Boy. And but he's going to kind of make the same mistakes I do so that we stay together.
Okay.
But it's going to take me a while, I think.
Probably. And Belle says, I haven't been doing the reusable bags because I have been doing online grocery shopping.
Oh, I've heard that that's a thing.
I buy some things online. Or are you saying like you get the grocery store to deliver it to your house? Because I've heard that, Whole Foods and Wegmans do that?
I think so, yeah.
Is that Whole Foods?
Whole Foods definitely does.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're with Amazon, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never done that, but I've ordered stuff off Amazon. Like, I bought this, so we cook a lot because eating out is expensive and I don't like to pay for, people to cook food for me most of the time. But anyway, so we use cumin a lot because we do a lot of Mexican cooking, and I found this giant, it's like a huge container of cumin. It's like a 4-pound container. Usually the big containers are 1 pound. But yes, this is a 4-pound thing of it. It ended up being like 4 pounds. Ended up being like a dirt cheap $1 per ounce thing. But it's pretty amazing. And Belle said delivery and pickup. That's nice.
That is
'Cause then, yeah, I guess if you were out, so I imagine delivery is more expensive. So if you were in the neighborhood, you could drive by and pick it up.
I should really get a better container for powdered sugar. This is super annoying.
Yeah, it's like what I was doing with the black rice.
I know, but it's the same thing where I don't use powdered sugar that often. So
Yeah, because why would you? It's like you don't make frosting all the time.
No.
It's the really only use for it, unless you're making Muddy Buddies.
Yeah, those are good.
But when's the last time we made those?
It's been forever.
I think, yeah, I don't know if I've ever made them as an adult.
I-
Belle says that's a
yeah.
lot of cumin. Oh yeah, dear Lord, it is. It definitely is.
I don't think it goes bad, right?
That's what I'm counting on.
Yeah.
But we put it down in the basement, and then we have the 1 pound container of it up in our spice cabinet, and we finally decided it's time to get rid of the small container we have of it.
Nice.
Because we had 3 and we're like, we don't need 3.
It's the worst when you buy new containers of spices when you already have one and you just forgot you have it, or it's like hidden in the back of your cupboard.
I hate when that happens. And then you're like, well, I guess now I have a spare.
Yeah.
So you can just wait. Oh, but I was gonna say, even though shortening is gross, what it is good for is that, like, if you're going to be bringing a cake to an outdoor event, say a picnic or a wedding that's outside, butter will melt and it'll ruin your frosting, whereas the shortening does not. It stays solid.
I wanted to point out really quick, that's my cat right there. Her name is Kat and she's super cute. She's a tuxedo cat, as you can see.
And Belle said BRB.
Yeah,
She is a tuxedo cat.
she's so cute.
I got to read more of the Born Identity the last few
Oh,
days, so I'm making some progress.
Where is he now?
He is in Paris. I'm not very far,
Okay,
but he just got all of his money.
good. He's gonna need it.
All right,
Oh,
frosting.
good. Yeah, I was gonna say I want to sample it, but we can just lick these.
Yeah, lick these. That's the magic of baking. This one has more on it. If you want a little bit more.
Okay, sure. Why not?
Actually, do you have graham crackers? I know you do.
Of course. We just used them.
I might have like a piece of a graham cracker to go with this delicious frosting.
Here, I think there was one I cut in half, or I ripped in half.
And then we could rip it into quarters.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Come on. Graham crackers are really good with frosting.
Yes. And they're really good, like, with chocolate.
Just break it over the garbage so it doesn't, so the crumbs don't get everywhere.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Delicious. A little better than just eating plain sugar and butter and
Shortening.
yeah.
After talking about how gross shortening is, but
It does make a good frosting.
it does. This didn't call for, I mean, there was a quarter cup. It's not, it's kind of a lot, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, not terrible. So after we're streaming today, we are going to go over to my house and watch Interstellar, which I have never seen before. But Cookie tells me it's a great movie.
It's really good. I saw it in theaters, and then the thing is, after I saw it in theaters, I told Bryce, I'm like, this movie's really good. We should watch it together. And then it hasn't happened. So then earlier this year, I got fed up with waiting. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just watch it without you. So I did, and it was really good. And then, so then now she's finally like, okay, let's watch it.
And one of Mr. Rice's friends is coming. And then one of my friends might be coming.
Is Dr. Waffle going to be there?
Yeah, I told him he's invited.
Okay. Dr. Waffle is our brother.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's been living at Rice's house, but I didn't know if he was like away for the weekend or something.
No, he had a test to administer today
Oh.
for his college kids.
Because he's a professor. That's why he's Dr. Waffle.
Yes, not just a regular waffle.
Oh.
Oh, and Bella's back. Welcome back. Oh, I should stir the rice pudding. It's been a while since I've stirred it.
So the rice pudding is halfway through its time.
Oh
It
yeah.
has 30 minutes left still.
And it has definitely absorbed some of the liquid.
And it looks like the cookie cake, it's got like 2.5 minutes left. So that's almost done baking, but we're gonna have to wait a while before we frost it because the frosting will melt. Yeah, which is sad. I
Yeah.
hate waiting for like cookies or cake to cool. It's the worst.
Yeah. What were we making that one stream when, maybe we were making chocolate chip cookies. So there's one stream where we baked a whole bunch, but we had to wait for it in the oven for a while. And we just kept being like, oh, well, I guess we'll just talk to each other.
I don't
'cause
remember.
We have so much downtime. So that's like today.
Yeah, because there's a lot of downtime today.
I mean, because the rice pudding, it just goes.
Hey, Belle says you guys play Overcooked too. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we haven't, so we played it. It was our very first game we streamed.
Because we really like Overcooked and Overcooked too.
Yeah, so we played Overcooked 2. And
That's when we started streaming, so it's the beginning of August last year.
yeah, because it had just come out.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, we're going to play this and maybe we'll get a lot of viewers.
We didn't.
Yeah, we
That's okay.
did.
It was a good idea.
And so then when, what was it, they released, or no, at our streaming anniversary, we're like, well, we should play Overcooked again because, you know, celebrate our first stream.
So we played some of the DLC. We played the Surf and Turf, right?
Yeah,
Which is really hard.
it is really hard.
We still haven't gone back because the thing is, like, for some reason, people don't like to watch us play Overcooked. Or
Yeah.
because we just really get in the zone, so then we can't really talk and be interesting. We're just too busy playing the game.
Yeah, we're just like mesmerized and be like, I need a
Yeah.
bun, I need a burger.
Argus says that when he watches us play, he'll see my character just standing there because I'm too busy watching your character to make sure like something goes out or, you know, to make sure you're doing something. So then my character just stands there being like, what am I doing? So I really like Overcooked and Overcooked.
I do too. I pulled up our file. So our file is on my PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Because we originally started streaming at my house. But then we didn't have a good computer setup, so then we started coming over here and streaming. But so I pulled up our file just to see, like, you know what? We still have so many of the camping levels,
do we?
yeah, that we haven't done.
Huh.
And I was like, we should play these sometime
We should.
because I love Overcooked too. What's that? Oh,
It's my cake decorating kit. This is all I have, but this is all I need.
oh, this is all you have?
Yeah,
I should have brought mine over.
but this is all we need. We've only got one kind of frosting. According to our sister Cupcake, all you need for solid decorating is a pastry bag and just 2 tips. So that's what we got. But I was gonna just use 1 tip because what's the point in changing it?
I don't know where your hot pads are,
I
so
don't know.
I'm not even going to attempt to take that out of the oven. 'Cause I don't know my way around this kitchen very well.
Oh my gosh, it's so weird looking.
It looks perfect. That's just the marshmallows. They'll die down.
Oh, you're probably right. You're right. I just
Oh,
thought
I know how-
we got all these weird
I know
blocks.
how marshmallows work. Actually, when we were kids, there was this snack that we would make all the time.
It's so good.
Here, let me change the camera so you guys can see what it looks like.
Here, I should let me do the toothpick test.
Oh, that's a good idea. But so this snack was called
Apple snack.
Apple snack. And sometimes we would do apple snack without the apple. So what the apple snack is it's you cut
I
up-
think it's done.
Okay. Is you cut up an apple, and then you put a whole bunch of chocolate chips and marshmallows on it, and
Yeah,
you
just like mini marshmallows.
mini marshmallows, and you just microwave it for like 30 seconds. But you gotta watch it because sometimes the marshmallows just really like expand.
Yeah, but sometimes we would make apple snack without the apple because
And that was just marshmallows with chocolate
it was
chips.
really good. But you want to make sure you have a bed of chocolate chips at the bottom because otherwise the marshmallows stick to the bottom of your plate.
Yes.
You don't want that.
Oh, and so
It's
Belle
a
says
focus game.
I'll watch.
Let's play
Watch us play Overcooked. Cool. Yeah, it's a focus game. And what is that what is that a picture of? Sorry. The computer's a little far away. It's just a little person. It's cute. With a hat on.
Is that what it is? Hang on.
I think so.
Because
I like it.
Oh, it is a person. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking at the computer from a distance, and so I thought it looked like it could be some like cartoon character that's in a TV show, and for some reason it reminded me of something that I know I've seen before, but it's a duck. It's a duck person. So that's what I thought it was, but then upon closer inspection, it is not a duck person.
So if you see the cake, see all of the lumps of the maybe you can't tell so much, but
it's easier to tell now that they're marshmallows because when it was just in the oven, it looked the same color as the rest of the cake. I'm like, why are there these weird lumps in the cake?
And actually, I guess this pan was just about perfect. I thought there's a chance it might be too big.
Yeah. So it looks like there's some marshmallows exploded on the edges.
Yes.
That's okay.
So these look more perfect.
Yeah.
And I can change the camera back. Unless we want it for when you decorate.
We'll switch it, because we have to wait quite a while for it to cool.
Unless you want me to decorate, use my skills I learned from class.
If you want, but this will take a while to cool. Oh yeah. One time I was streaming.
Actually, I would be up for decorating if you're okay with that.
Sure.
I didn't want to deprive you of it since it is your cake.
There was, what was I
gonna give the pudding a stir.
I was baking something. Was it a pie? No.
You made pie?
I did make pie on stream because I was practicing for pie day for work because I was bringing in a pie.
Did you make your own crust?
Yes, it was an Oreo crust. Because it was a Oreo chocolate mousse pie.
Okay.
But no, I think I was making a cake or something where it was going to have a layer of frosting in the middle. It was for Argus's birthday. So it was a banana pudding cake, right?
Yeah, so our sister makes this amazing banana cake. I know it doesn't sound great.
It's so good.
But it is amazing.
So the cake itself, it's kind of like a banana bread, but it's definitely cake.
Yeah.
And then the frosting is like...
Is it a cream cheese frosting?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I thought I had to add a pudding mix to it.
You know what it is? It's a heavy cream, I believe.
It's like a whipped cream frosting.
Yeah, it's a whipped cream frosting.
But I think
that has pudding mix. It does have pudding mix in it.
So the thing is, I was making that, and there's layers, so there's gonna be some frosting in between the layers, and then some on top. And I didn't wait long enough for the cake to cool, because I was on stream, and I was like, I don't know, you weren't here, so I was just talking to myself and to the viewers. So I was like, I think it's probably cool enough. We'll just go ahead and start frosting this. And so it looked okay while I was actually doing it, but then like I ended the stream, and then later on I saw like a lot of the inside layer of frosting had like melted out the side, and it was really sad. So
well, if ever you're making if ever you're making another layered cake, I have a really good tool that helps you cut it like evenly in half.
I think I ended up doing two, like I baked it separately twice.
Oh.
But then I had to cut off the top to level it out.
You know what's interesting? So for my mother-in-law's birthday, they ordered this cake from a grocery store. The grocery store that everybody loves.
Yeah.
I love it, Wegmans. But the cake, I was so surprised. I'm like, Wegmans, like, what are you doing?
Was it a naked cake?
No, so it had 2 levels, but they didn't level off that first cake. I'm like, Wegmans, what are you doing?
So it looks like a disaster.
Yeah, well, so
it's like no.
So they put tons of frosting to make up for that. I'm like, I was appalled. I was like, Wegmans,
that's not good.
You can do better than this. I can do better than this. But I was like, you are doing this wrong. But yeah, so I have this cool tool. It's from Wilton. Wilton's like a big cake decorating brand. So like these, I think. Yeah, see, this is a Wilton.
These are also Wilton.
Frosting bag. So everything cake decorating is Wilton.
Or it should be if it's not.
Yeah, most of them are. So anyway, so this tool from Wilton, so it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. So it has two vertical components.
Okay.
And then it has a component in the middle.
It's like a knife?
Sort of, I mean, kind of like a guillotine, I guess, only long. It's like wider. But the thing is, so it has a metal cable And so what you do is you set it on the counter, and then you can just kind of like move it back and forth until it cuts through the whole cake, and it makes it a really level cut. It's really cool. I used it for, when my friends came over last weekend and we were working on the wedding cake, because they had just gotten married, but they're like, oh, but it's super low key and we're gonna make our own cake afterwards. So I'm like, oh, I have the perfect tool, because her husband was like, can it have layers? And I'm like, it sure can.
Can you adjust the height of this device?
Yes,
okay, that's what I was wondering.
So I went, I'm like, oh, I have just the tool. So I went down to the basement and I grabbed it, and so his wife was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, yeah, it is amazing. So I was really excited that I got to use it because I hadn't used it since I did my cooking class.
Oh, yes.
Or my decorating class. This is all. And this pudding is coming along. I'm hoping it turns out good. I think, and I mean, if it turns out that I don't like it with the coconut milk, I thought I could always try it with regular milk.
Yeah.
But so this is a trial. But there's a lot of Greek restaurants near us, and they always have rice pudding, and I love it.
I don't. I mean, it's okay.
You said it's growing on you, right?
Well, I mean, I like it for like the first couple bites, but then after that, it's like, I don't want any more of it.
Okay. So is it okay if I do it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I'm just blowing it up.
Yeah. And for those of you who can't see, this is a Ravenclaw Harry Potter spatula.
Yep.
Oh, maybe you can't tell because the light is not hitting it right.
Yeah. Well,
so
that's what it is.
Yes. Yeah. That. Let's do it.
Yeah, you tried
a little bit. Nope. Angled wrong. There we go. Ravenclaw.
But yeah, our older sister.
And Belle says, I think it's so cool they made their own cake so for everyone, it was just, so they didn't really do a reception. They did like a very small, kind of a courthouse, only they did it outside of their apartment building, because they really liked their neighborhood, so they had basically like a courthouse wedding. I wasn't able to go to the wedding, unfortunately, but they came over to our house afterwards, and we live like an hour away. So for the cake, it was really just the two of them, me, and my husband. So there was the four of us eating the cake, and it was a gluten-free, dairy-free cake because he has celiac, so he can't eat gluten, but then he also thinks he might be sensitive to lactose. So it was kind of interesting, and I thought the cake turned out really good too. So the frosting was it was coconut milk whipped with, I guess, powdered sugar. It must have been powdered sugar. But
I was a little too ambitious.
But yeah, they're doing a oh no, what are you doing?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. But they're doing like a full, more typical reception, only more like probably her wedding, which was like
we had a picnic.
Yeah, it was a big picnic.
But for like 100 people.
Kind of more like a graduation party style wedding.
Yeah, there were like lawn games and stuff. No dancing because I'm not good at dancing. It makes me uncomfortable. So.
So I'm guessing their reception is gonna be more similar to that. But yeah, so we celebrated their wedding with them, and it was nice. But yeah, I was disappointed I couldn't go because I was supposed to do a dog agility class with my dog. Little did I know that the class was canceled, so I could have gone, and I was just so mad.
The thing doesn't like to stay down.
It will once you put more frosting in, but I can hold it there if you want.
Yeah, because I just don't. I have to get more frosting. I can't keep holding it like this.
Well, okay. So I will hold it for you.
Perfect. I'm like a magician, and you are
I'm the assistant. Who gets cut in half.
Yep.
My legs are in one box, and my head is in the other.
Yep. That's you. Okay.
Oh, and so we went to this, we do some trivia nights sometimes, and we went to one for The Good Place, the TV show, and we also went to a Harry Potter one.
We got second in Harry Potter.
We got second in Good Place too.
We got second?
Yeah.
Somehow I didn't think we got. Oh, because we won that thing.
Yeah.
And I forgot because we like at that one point where they told us what our score was and where we were.
Yeah, we were losing.
We were losing by like a lot, and so
I think it's because they had all doubled their points on that one.
I think they did too, but I totally forgot we got second. I was like, no way, because I just assumed everyone else that was there was just so smart, and that we weren't. Even though your husband was really good at it, and I was like,
yeah, it's because we had been listening to the podcast.
I was just so lost for a lot of the questions.
But yeah, so we went to this trivia, and there was a point to this story.
I don't know where you were going with it.
Well, now I don't either.
I just wanted to tell people that we went to trivia.
No, there was a point. Oh, that's terrible. I'm such an old person. I really don't remember.
Okay. Well, we went to trivia and we got a second twice. So, but one time I went to trivia. It's probably like 3 years ago now. I went to trivia for Nintendo trivia, and my team ended up winning, and it was a huge shock, and it was awesome.
And you did win a lot of money.
Yeah, I didn't contribute anything to the team. I think one time it was a 50-50 shot, and no one knew what it was, so I think we went with my answer, and it was right.
Nice.
I think that was I contributed that, and I got the team together, and so then we won. And
well, getting the team together it's very important. It is, because you need the right team with the right experience.
It was just lucky. One of my friends that I got to join our team, he brought 2 of his roommates, and they knew a lot. So really, we only won because of them. But then they were super grateful because otherwise they didn't even know about trivia and they didn't know what was happening. So we were all very, it was a good team.
I'm really mad that I forgot what I was going to say.
Do you want to have the frosting that's in here?
No, it's okay.
Okay, then I will.
You got it. With your awesome Ravenclaw spatula.
This is for my husband because mine is a Slytherin. I'm a Slytherin.
And I'm a Hufflepuff.
It's very important.
We're like the Patil twins in separate houses.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other twins in Harry Potter?
Fred and George.
Oh, duh. Of course.
That might be it though.
Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah.
I can't think of any others.
How could I forget about Fred and George?
I don't know.
Yeah, Parvati and Padma, different houses. We'd be just like them.
I always wondered, like, do you think Parvati goes through and she's like, Lavender, you're just not as good as Padma?
Maybe. I don't know.
Or do you think they hung out and we just never see it?
Maybe. Maybe in the classes that the Gryffindors had with Ravenclaw.
They don't have any class with Ravenclaw.
They must have.
I don't know why. They just don't.
Must have. There's no way that they didn't.
I think me and my husband have come to the conclusion that there must be so many other students at Hogwarts, but we just don't ever hear about them. Because otherwise you got this giant castle for only like 120 students. And it's like, this is really unnecessary.
And all of the staff.
And the staff. Then we were wondering too about the staff, like, do they have cleaning people? Or like...
They can use magic.
They've got Filch, but like, he can't do any magic. So for him, it's like, how cruel is it to hire someone who can't do magic to clean the school that's this giant castle? I don't know. There's some plot holes there.
Well, he's not hired to clean the school. His job is to make sure the students aren't breaking the rules. I think that's what he does.
But he still cleans because he gives Harry, he was going to give Harry detention for tracking in mud from after a rainy Quidditch practice. But I read this one thing where they were arguing that Filch actually must be really good at painting. So at one point, some painting gets like ruined or something and it needs to be fixed, and so Filch takes it, and the next thing you know, it's good as new. So maybe he's like a little crafty, but
well, this cake is most certainly
still hot.
Yeah.
I don't know, like...
Are we supposed to put it in a different pan?
No, it says to cool it mostly.
Yeah, and it says to move it to a...
Cool mostly in pan, then transfer to a wire rack. I don't have a wire rack, so I usually just let things cool in the pan and say good enough.
So what else do we do?
Just decorate it, that's it.
So we're gonna just leave it in here?
That's what I was
Are you okay with putting a knife? Like, do you have any plastic knives to cut? Because you don't want to damage the pan. I mean, I guess you could use a spatula, like a serving spatula.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I don't think I have a plastic knife.
Okay.
I'll find out.
Alright. Well, the rice pudding only has 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I know. And then we get to add the palm, whatever this is, because I'm not going to buy this again because it's causing deforestation. Coconut palm sugar. So it says there'll still be a little liquid when it's done because it'll continue to thicken as it cools. Once the rice is cooked, remove from heat and stir in the sweetener and taste. You may or may not want to add another. So that's why it says just add 1 tablespoon because the recipe calls for 2. And then it's done. I can't believe that's it. So easy.
So as it turns out, I do not have any plastic knives. I do have plastic forks.
Okay.
Oh, just kidding, I found one.
Well, I'm gonna give it another stir. I have a plastic knife. A handful of minutes.
Oh my gosh, this is so wrong.
What? Are you wearing the wrong jersey?
It's no wonder they lost today.
Because you spilled powdered sugar on your shirt.
No,
that's why.
no. Because, okay, so anyways, I'm a fan of this soccer team. This is their jersey, or it's an old jersey. So the soccer team, the team is Everton, and they lost today. It's a English Premier League team. And they were playing against Manchester City, the player that's on this jersey, they
changed teams.
They changed teams to Man City. It's no wonder they lost.
Yeah, you're rooting for the wrong team.
But I mean, so for whatever, I think he's injured, so he wasn't playing today. But still, I should have worn. I have a couple other jerseys. I should have worn a different one. Big mistake.
Yeah.
But Argus, he's been lazy about wearing his jersey.
Oh,
so
well, that's why they lost.
I know. Last time they lost too, he wasn't wearing his jersey either. So we gotta step up our game.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I'll actually watch the football game.
Oh, really?
On TV,
Yeah.
obviously. I'm not going to go to the stadium. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Though some people do. They go every week, and I'm like,
Why?
how much money are you spending on football when you can just watch it on TV and you can even see better?
I know, that's my logic too. And you can eat whatever you want or do whatever you want.
Yeah,
while it's on.
I mean, I guess you don't get the atmosphere. You miss that.
I don't think I would miss it though.
Some people like that, I guess. Because so our dad's side of the family, everybody has gone to Ohio State, except us. We're the only two.
Yeah.
But
isn't that weird that we're the only two?
Yeah, and mom, I guess.
Yeah. But she doesn't count because
she's not she's not from that family originally.
Yeah.
But so they're all Ohio State fans, and they all watch Ohio State all the time. Go to all of the, or they don't go to all.
But they went to all the games when they were students.
When they were students, they went to the games.
And then sometimes they still get tickets. Our one cousin still gets tickets, and he goes at least once a year.
But I think those are his in-laws, his in-laws get tickets, and then they give them the tickets. They don't actually pay. Anyways, so they're all big into that. And I will say going to the Ohio State game was kind of exciting because I went to one. Yeah, years and years ago.
I've never been to any,
one.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would like it. I do think I would like the halftime though, where the band plays cool. And does a show. I think that'd be cool.
But I don't know if they do that anymore because the one band director got
in trouble.
He got kicked out because of what's it called? Hazing.
Oh, for the band?
They said they had to do marching band in their underwear, and some people were really upset about it. And
I mean,
it was a thing you do.
Why do people do that? I don't.
Because people are dumb.
It's dumb.
It's part of the initiation. And I
never understood it. When you watch movies that have sororities or
because there's that one
that do that.
Real story, the fraternity who was and now you have to kill this puppy, and they did.
They did it, but it was a test because they were all supposed to refuse. Yeah. Because who would kill a puppy?
Yeah, but these people killed a puppy.
I think it was specifically to drown them, if I remember correctly.
That what it was? Which I didn't know.
Honestly, I feel like if I were told you have to kill this puppy. First of all, I never would. Second of all, I think that drowning it would be not like I wouldn't want to like.
Not
How do you
as-
even kill it if you're not? You know, I don't know. It's just a horrible thought, and
Yeah. So hazing is terrible. But anyways, like, yeah. So apparently the band, one of the hazing things was, oh, you gotta march with your trumpet wearing your underwear. And so we were like, oh no, I'm gonna not do this and be all upset. But really, the band shouldn't have done that in the first place.
no,
But,
it's dumb.
but whatever. It's so the one band director is not working there anymore. And
You think they would still do like a halftime?
yeah, they might still, and maybe they have someone new who's good.
Yeah.
But from the last I heard, that guy was no longer doing it. And yeah, I don't know. We should ask our cousin.
Yeah, they would know.
Yeah. So next time we go is for Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving.
Belle says that the track team tried to haze their sister, and she was like, no. That's good, yeah. Because
Like,
I just don't want.
He's dumb.
I mean, I've never like been exposed to it, like ever. Because I wasn't gonna join a sorority or anything like that.
Yeah, and growing
because-
up, we did swimming, and I mean, I did track too, but our track team, there was nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing for either of them.
it's just. I don't get it. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it
so. But hang on. So back to Halloween because
That's our next thing.
that's our next thing. So have you told our viewers what you are going to be for Halloween?
I don't know. So Mr. Rice and I, we always do a couple's costume, at least for the last handful of years. And this year we're going to be Indiana Jones and Lara Croft. So I bought pants today for Lara Croft at the outdoor store that I wasn't planning on going into, and then Mr. Rice was like, oh, well, why don't you just try these pants on, and maybe one of them will be perfect for Lara Croft. And plus they're like, you know, outdoorsy pants, so I can wear them when we go hiking and stuff. So yeah, so I bought them. Well, Mr. Rice bought them because I left my wallet in the car. Pro tip, if you don't want to pay for something.
Yeah, because they do their finances separately.
We do.
Which,
But
I mean, in the end, it's still both of your money.
It's still
but
both of our money.
Yeah.
But I told him, I'm like, I can buy your Halloween costume. Yeah, so he's gonna buy like a fedora for Indiana Jones. He wants to just get it at the Halloween store that pops up once a year. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's fine.
Is he gonna have a whip?
I think he needs a whip.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah. I don't know where you go about to buy one. I'm sure Amazon.
I think I
has
need
them.
some like prop guns.
Yeah.
She has a bow and arrow.
Does she?
She does. Because I'm being young Lara Croft.
Okay.
Because so there's Lara Croft that Angelina Jolie was,
Yeah.
but the young Lara Croft is a younger girl. Like, I'm probably too old to be her or whatever. So she's a younger girl who does not have gigantic boobs, and a lot of the Tomb Raider community was mad about the casting because they're like, but she doesn't have gigantic boobs, and it's like, well, you're an idiot for even bringing that up.
It's like finally a normal proportion person.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna be her, and she has a bow and arrow.
Okay.
And she has like a teal tank top, and actually my pants are probably a little light because I went kind of with like a khaki color. But I think from the picture that I'm thinking of, I think they're more of like a brown.
Okay.
Brown
Yeah.
pant.
That'll be fine.
But yeah, I'm like, well, these are practical and they work, so.
Yeah.
Because I did try on a pair of brown pants at the store, but I didn't like them as much. Because these, they're really cool because, so they zip off. They're those kind of pants.
zip off.
So they zip off, and then they also have like, you can also roll them up into capris.
Okay.
So
They can really do everything.
No, but they can stay. Like they have
Yeah.
folds, so they stay.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, these are super practical because if we go hiking and it gets warm, I can just zip off the leg.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's our costume.
Yeah.
And then Cookie and
Yeah. So I actually made our costumes before June because in June we went to a convention. And so,
Comic-Con.
yeah, so we needed to have costumes. Well, I said we need to have costumes for this. So we made costumes that were, Huntman says, who's Rice? She is Rice.
Oh, I am Rice.
I'm Cookie. And so for our costume, we did, and we're going to do for Halloween, my husband is going to be like Pokemon Trainer Red, like the original Red, not like the Fire Red version of Red. And then I'm going to be Lyra, and she's like the main character, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the girls, not the boy character.
And their costumes look really good.
We worked really hard on them, and I'm very proud of them. I really like the hats, both hats. They're
the hats are good. And Huntman says, headlock and noogie rice for 10 seconds.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I've ever given her a noogie.
Yeah, I don't think you have either.
No, I don't want to. It just doesn't sound pleasant.
Yeah, well that's good, because I don't want to get a noogie. But yeah, so, Yeah, so I'm Rice and she's Cookie, and we are identical twins.
And we are twinning with Rice and Cookie.
Yep, and we generally play old school video games, but every once in a while we do a cooking stream, and that's what we're doing today.
Yep.
And I'm going to turn the oven off because we're done with it.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah. Okay. And the rice pudding?
I don't think that she's going to give me a headlock and noogie.
Oh, no. Nope, that doesn't seem right. Alright, so I'm going to add in a tablespoon of this, and then we will stir it and see if it's sweet enough.
The cookie is still warm. It'll take a while to cool. I'm kind of tempted to stick it in the fridge. But I don't know if that affects the cooling process, because I know it still cooks in the pan a little bit, so it might mess things up.
I don't know, it might be okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might want to wait.
The thing is, the top of it doesn't seem to be releasing much heat, but the sides are really hot. But Belle says no, they love each other, and they're adults.
Yes,
we are adults.
Yes, getting older every year.
Yeah, that's how it works. So, but we actually just turned 28 earlier this month. But, yeah.
You could pick a year or an age to live forever. What would you pick?
See, I used to always say 25, but that was before I was 25. I still think 25 is good. Maybe on the young side.
I think it's a little on the young side.
But, I don't care. So before, with my last job, it was always really annoying because I would go meet people and interview them and stuff. Sometimes they would ask, how old are you?
They asked you that?
Yeah, because they're thinking, are you actually qualified to do this work? Do you know what you're looking for and stuff? And so I would get that question every once in a while, and I, would be kind of offended. I can do my job. Yeah. So I always thought, appearing older would be good, but you don't want the negative consequences of being old, you ache more and you don't have as good of stamina or something. So I don't know. I still think maybe
if you're an active old person though.
Yeah. So I think 30,
That's what I think. I think 30 would be the one.
So we're 28 now, but I think 30 would probably be pretty solid.
Because you're not too old.
But you're definitely an adult.
But yeah, you're not
But no one's gonna think you're that old.
Right.
So I think 30, maybe 29, so I could be I'm not 30, but so maybe 29.
I would be okay with 30. Yeah, I say 30, and Mr. Rice, I think he says 25. He's like, why would you want to be an age that you haven't been yet? And I'm like, well, I think 30 seems good.
I think Argus said he'd want to be 18 forever.
Really?
22.
Oh, 22.
I guess so he could, drink and not be turned away.
Oh.
But
I mean, not that I go out to drink very often.
Yeah.
But it is nice, because we went to paint night, and they're like, oh, well, you can get a drink beforehand, so I had a cider.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to do that. So if you were 18, you couldn't.
It's you could still get a drink,
You'd have to have a fake ID and...
No, I was gonna say, no, you could get a Coke or something, you could get a non-alcoholic drink.
Well, so earlier today, I asked Mr. Rice, I'm like, if you could retire anywhere, where would you retire?
To retire.
And he's like, well, it depends on where my family is and where other... And I'm like, no, this is just a hypothetical. I'm like,
pretend you have no family.
Yeah, I'm like, say we have... Because he's like, well, did we have kids? And I'm like, no. Let's say for argument's sake, no. We did not have kids.
You don't have kids. Everyone else somehow magically died. Because they're all moving with you.
And yeah, so I was just, because he's
everyone you know is moving.
Because he's like, oh, but I don't want to like live somewhere far away. So whenever I want to see people, I have to fly.
Yeah, which is a reasonable point.
So I'm like, you're just not getting my my conversation. But anyways, he ended up saying Hawaii or Vancouver, and I said I would definitely not pick Hawaii.
No,
because you're stranded there.
So you're stranded on an island. If you want to go anywhere else, you have to fly.
It's at least a 6-hour flight.
No thanks.
So I told him I would want to go abroad. To somewhere in Europe.
But it's like to retire, it's like you're going to be there forever. And in Europe, we know that they don't believe in ice or air conditioning.
You just adjust.
Or air conditioning, though?
No, then you live in a place that doesn't get too hot.
Okay. But then, because also, I know, in general, like, Americans are like to have big kitchens and big bathrooms, and I very much like those things.
Yeah, over there you don't really get that.
Right, so I don't know if I could live anywhere.
Yeah, so I was thinking...
somewhere where I wouldn't have to learn a new language, so that kind of narrows it down a lot. But... So my husband, in a heartbeat, would say England so that we could go watch soccer games in person. But for me, it's not that easy of a choice.
Oh, and Belle says everyone asks me my age because I don't look it in my ID. So how old are you? I gotta ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, so because Mr. Rice and I are going to the Netherlands in the spring. And I was looking at it and I'm like, you know what, this seems like...
I think that would be a good place to live.
Because it doesn't get that hot. But then I was like, oh, but it's underwater.
It
so
is.
I'm like,
everyone bikes everywhere.
I know, but because of the whole water thing, I'm like, maybe not the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I totally want to go to Europe though. Everything's so much closer together.
Yeah.
And it would just be a lot of new, fun experiences.
Belle says the country of Japan. You know what, Belle?
That would be cool.
I'm gonna go there next year. I'm super excited. I've never gone to Japan. But Belle is 30, something.
Okay.
Alright, that's fair.
That's fine.
Yeah. Our husbands both are 30.
Yes, they are. And our brother just turned 31.
Yeah.
And we've got tons of cousins and stuff who are 40 plus.
How old is our oldest cousin? Is he 50 now?
I don't think he's that old. I think he might be like 46.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's quite a bit older than us.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Japan would be cool. I've never been there, but I'm gonna go this year. But I'm super excited. Like, even just to ride the trains, like walk around and see the cool, like,
I know,
everything. I'm just so excited.
I do wish I could go with you. I just don't have vacation time.
Mm-hmm.
And now I almost think maybe I should have stopped cooking this a little while earlier because I think it might be too firm, too dry, maybe. But I'm going to dish this out a little bowl.
A little bowl, okay. Yeah, we don't have any little bowls anymore.
Oh. Well, I guess this bowl.
Sure, that's fine.
Can you split some? But unfortunately, we're not going to taste any of the cake, right?
We could cut into it.
Cut a piece.
Yeah, we've got it frosted still. It's still warm on the sides, but like the cake itself, I think we could frost it and it would be okay.
Okay, well we can do that as soon as we sample pudding. So I just kind of have like a little sample. It's not
okay.
But I know you're not a big rice pudding fan, so maybe that's for the best.
Yeah.
So. Well, it doesn't look the most appetizing, is what I'll say.
No, but everyone has to see it.
But,
yeah, there you go. You have to pull it further. Or push. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna
Your
bring
people
it
can see it.
Oh, I guess you can't. There.
Yeah.
So it's not the most appetizing looking because it is black rice. But I'm excited. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think it's pretty good. I think it might be... I'd be interested to try it with regular milk instead of the coconut.
I agree with your statement that maybe it's too dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a pudding anymore. It's like
Rice.
it's more like a flavored rice.
Yeah.
But it is good. It's just rice pudding isn't really my my thing. But couldn't we just add some milk to it and say?
Well, we could, but the thing is, a lot of regular rice puddings. Oh, and Belle says, "Are you the only twins in your family?" So we actually had twin cousins on our dad's side, and our aunt was like, "I wouldn't wish twins on my worst enemy." And then, you know, a little while later, our mom was like, "Oh, we're expecting twins," and my aunt was like, "Oh, you are? That's so exciting."
I think it's just the pregnancy is kind of. It's not like it would even be that much different. It's just your belly gets huge.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's that, and then also like all the diapers and all the crying.
So
I feel like the early years are tough.
One of them, when he was 16, he actually got cancer and he passed away. And when the other one got married, like years later, it was so sad because he mentioned his brother, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
I know.
But yeah, so we do have twins in the family. And I always thought they'd say, oh, twins skip a generation. But we went to
apparently it's not true.
We went to the Twins Festival in Twinsburg, Ohio. And when we were there, we were standing in line, and there were these twin girls in front of us, and I thought nothing of it. And then one of them had a stroller that had 2 twins in it, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't skip a generation. It's very possible that you can have twins. So I always thought, oh, I would be safe. No twins for me.
No,
but
could have twins.
Not always. So sure.
I felt sorry to hear about our cousin.
Yeah. I mean, when it happened, we were so young.
We were like 7 years old, maybe.
Yeah, we were like 7. So
like the gravity of it didn't really sink in.
Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, now his brother, he is married. He has 3 young kids, and
so for a while, because he was. I think he was like 30 years old, and I don't know, we didn't really see him very often because he was like always traveling
for work.
So I thought it was gonna be that way for like ever. I was like, we're just not gonna see him. But then he got a job in Chicago, and then he started, because I think that was when he started coming back to the family reunions like regularly for Thanksgiving and for Memorial Day. So now we see him and his family like, I would say at least once a year. Yeah. But, so that's good, because, yeah, I was like, we're just never gonna see him.
Oh, Belle says my twin cousin had twin twice.
Oh my gosh.
2 sets of twins?
So they have 4 kids, and they're 2 sets of twins.
You know what, someone told me, who was it that told me this? There was like, so someone had, it was one of my coworkers. He said his mom or dad was one of 17 kids.
Holy crap.
And of those 17 kids, there were 3 sets of twins.
That's a lot.
And I'm like, that is way too many kids for one.
I mean, for one thing, yeah, but also
that's like, you're having like 7, even if you had 1 kid a year, that's 17 years. That's way too long.
No, yeah, that sounds horrible. I know things were different back in the day. Did they have a farm?
I don't know.
How do you even fit that many people in one house?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I know I've heard about how, like...
So you think I should go for it?
I think, yeah, just do it.
I mean, should we change the camera
so
that people can look at my handiwork as I'm going? See if I destroy it?
Yeah, I think, like, if, you know, either of us had twins, I think it would be really exciting because twins are, like, awesome and the best. But, of course, I'm biased. My husband is laughing a little bit over there. But at the same time, it's like, it is more work. It's also kind of less work because my mom said that we were pretty easy when we were young because we would just hang out with each other and play with each other. So it's not like our parents didn't have to really spend much time playing with us.
I shouldn't have done the border like this.
I was wondering why you were doing it this way, but you know, because in general, when I decorate things, I just do little whirls, you know?
No, what I was going to do, darn it, I was gonna like, and now I can't even like put it on here because.
What were you going to do?
I mean, I guess I could put lines across. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna do like
Okay, like that.
Yeah, like.
But then all of a sudden you just were like, nope, we're gonna just do a straight line and go around the whole thing.
I don't know. So don't judge my cake decorating skills on this.
Belle's family, their grandfather had 16 brothers and sisters.
It's just ridiculous.
That's just so many people.
No one needs.
Did they have a farm?
The only way it makes sense in Cookie's book.
Yeah. If there's no farm, it's like, why would you have so many?
See, but actually, I had kind of wished that you did that tip instead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
'Cause I think that this effect looks cooler.
I think it looks cool with this.
Yeah,
I'll do my classic swirls in these quadrants if you want.
Sure. I'm just mad that I didn't know what I was doing. Just went in and did the stupid line. That's okay.
So usually I
It doesn't matter what it looks like, just matters what it tastes like.
Yeah. So usually I do that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, so like if you're decorating a cupcake, usually that's what people do.
Yeah.
I think it's called a rosette.
No, the rosettes are, you do it the opposite way. I will show you. With
Oh,
these
you
two.
start in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what our sister has done. Rosettes.
Belle says I would stab my husband if he tried to give me 3 children, let alone 16. And Belle says it looks awesome. Oh, she's telling me it looks awesome, Rice. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I meant to do that around the border. Whatever.
I really like the rosettes. I think
I like the rosettes better than the other
these
ones.
things. Yeah. Well, we still got more frosting. Do you want to just like go crazy and keep covering it?
I mean,
We may as well,
I
right?
guess.
Here, do you want to take over?
Sure.
Do whatever you want. There's already some coming out the bottoms. And
What?
Look out for that.
Maybe I will just do these guys.
Yeah, that's good. This is definitely for a frosting lover, this cake.
Yeah.
And s'mores lovers, because let's not forget, this is a s'mores cookie cake.
That's right. And we are almost out of frosting here.
Good.
So I messed up my quadrants, this one quadrant.
No,
Actually,
but also,
no,
I
it's
made
smaller.
the thing smaller, yeah.
We'll just put a little frosting.
Yeah,
here.
perfect. So yeah, we can cut it. You can actually cut along these lines or like offset it a little bit. It doesn't really matter because the whole thing's pretty much covered with frosting now.
Yeah, originally when when we were making the frosting, I thought, oh, we're just going to put a single
That's
layer.
what I thought. Like, oh no, I was thinking just like do it around the edge. And that's it.
Yeah. No, but this is
Well, so here we will hold it up so everyone can see.
our
It's-
handiwork.
Now at this point it is just totally covered in frosting. You can see there's just a lot of white, and I can't really get a good angle.
Yeah, well, I think
so you
it's
can
the
see.
lights are making
Yeah.
it hard to see.
Whatever. All right, I'll switch it back.
Well,
to
since
the-
it's funny because when I first came in your channel, the Overcooked song was playing. Oh, nice. Yeah.
All right. So do you think I should go along the line or like offset it a little bit?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. We'll just go along the line. That'll make it easier.
You know what we probably should have done with the frosting is we probably should have refrigerated it
I had thought about that.
because it looks like, but it could just be melting because it's on the cake.
It could be either.
Oh, I shouldn't have put the bowl in there. If we were gonna try some.
That's fine. Just get another plate.
Gotta sample it. I'll use one of your cute little,
Our frosting is losing all of its integrity.
that's okay. So now no one can tell that.
Do you think that's too
First-
big of a thing?
Yeah.
So maybe we do thirds.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we'll share a piece for now. I'm gonna just reuse that same spoon. But yeah, we can bring this over for when we watch Interstellar. If you don't want to bring this in.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Falling apart.
It's falling apart. And actually, it looks maybe a little undercooked.
What?
Even though I did the toothpick
You did the
test.
toothpick. Maybe toothpicks only work for cake.
Maybe.
I think maybe it's because it's still cooling.
That could be too. But we're just too impatient, so here we go. It's gonna be good though.
Oh, you need a spoon or something. I feel like I shouldn't take a bite without you having a bite. So I'm gonna wait for you.
Okay.
Ready? No, you're not.
Ready.
1, 2, 3. It's really good though. I got part of one of those overcooked marshmallows.
Oh, really?
But I kind of like it when they're overcooked.
Mm-hmm.
Very chocolatey. Lots of chocolate chips in this recipe. Do you think we should post the recipe on our page somehow?
We probably should. I don't really know. It's gonna have to be for a limited time, because we're not gonna have it up there forever.
Mm-hmm.
But we can add that in.
And the rice pudding too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the rice pudding I can just put a link that we used.
This is really good though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little undercooked.
I think it's okay.
Like we said, we haven't totally let it set yet, so it's possible. So I'm gonna wait to cut, because originally I was thinking I would just go ahead and finish cutting it, but we'll wait.
Okay. But yeah, very good. All right. So, Belle says awesome, guys. So yeah, so now we got some rice pudding, we got some cookie cake.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll post the recipes too on our stream. And
thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
And maybe we'll see you when we play some banjo.
Yep, hopefully maybe we'll finish it.
Or Luigi.
One of the phrases we use a lot is maybe we'll beat it today. We said that a lot with Super Metroid because we had no idea how close we were to beating it.
We'll beat it.
Maybe we'll beat it today. Alright. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday. Tuesday, not Wednesday this week.
6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m.
Eastern time.
Alright. Thank y'all for watching.
Yep. Bye. If you can figure out which button to
Thank you.